the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network, as tonight we are here for the Dr. Thunder Round 1 of the Wildcard Series. Thank you very much, as we are here at the nondescript iRacing Superspeedway. Hope you all are as excited as I am for the first race of the playoffs. This is going to get exciting. We have whittled the field down to 13 drivers. Those 13 drivers have been separated from everyone else as far as the point standings go, and we're going to see who survives this first round. Speaking of that, thank you very much for joining me. My name is K.R. Stolfus, and we'll see if we can survive tonight as well. I look forward to our racing here tonight. So let's get right into it, as our practice session is about to wind down and we move into qualifying. Let's take a look at our point standings coming into tonight. We weren't sure who was going to be our 13 drivers when last we signed off, and it took the admins just a hot minute to get through it all. But Hunter Reynolds, your regular season champion, making it in on 2 wins. He also had 10 bonus points for being the regular season champion. Everyone else flat 1,000 points. Casey Gilchrist did make it in the battle between him, Dave Hunt, and Derek Conley. Casey, the only rookie here in this playoff gathering of drivers. We get ready to go into qualifying. Mark Mann, Logan Helton, Daniel Holloway, James Mayer, Travis Elliott, Robert Duvendak, Josh Milam, Rick Seabrands, Les Levy, and Mark Vega with Ernie Williams, all joining Casey Gilchrist and Hunter Reynolds as our 13 drivers. Well, that being said, a couple people already making their way out onto the speedway. One of them being a chase contender. That is the 63 of Logan Helton, as he starts to accelerate and make his way onto the backstretch. 63 running a throwback paint scheme that he has done nothing but talk about. I'm making that up. I saw his post earlier today, and there it is. Neat little paint scheme there by Logan Helton for tonight's race. Logan gonna take the green flag and start his first timed lap. Logan not the only car out on the speedway. Hunter Reynolds there as well. 26 making his way around. Hunter, our regular season champion, looking to set a good qualifying time here. Tyler Miller, one of the drivers here that everyone is watching for qualifying, comes into tonight with the most pulls so far of the season. Miller, being a rookie here, already out with a good lap as far as that out lap. We'll see if he's got something in store for the rest of the field here in qualifying. Randall Cobb in the 52 machine right now on pole with a 46.30. Mark Mann in the 04, one of our chase contenders. Mark Mann making his way down the straightaway in that Batmobile paint scheme. Derek Conley now going to the top of the leaderboard. Conley shutting it down, a 46.98 for Derek Conley. Tyler Miller in second spot here in the 24 machine. He is done with his qualifying effort. The 51 of Travis Elliott. Elliott finds himself in sixth spot. He has one more lap to go in his qualifying effort. Josh Milam finding himself in 10th place. Milam, one of our chase drivers. 95 machine and James Mayer crossing the line. He's going to move into 6th. James settling for 7th now as more drivers turn their lap times in. The 12 of Robert Duvendak, chase contender, finding himself in 11th place, working his way across the start finish line. And Doobie, solid qualifying effort, moving up into 3rd. Two drivers breaking into the 46-second bracket. Everyone else trying their best to make it in there. Another chase contender, the 62 of Les Levy. Les on his first time lap. Drivers have 10 minutes to do 2 laps. So far, 13 cars have posted a qualifying time. Dave Hunt in the 53. Dave Hunt and Casey Gilchrist both tied at the end of the race last Monday night. The tiebreaker going to top 5 finishes. Casey Gilchrist had more top 5 finishes than the 53 did, and Casey was able to make it into the playoffs by the tiebreaker. Dave Hunt, though, looking to, I won't say exact revenge, but at 53 looking to settle a score here and score some big points, maybe put himself into victory tonight. Speaking of Casey Gilchrist, the driver of the 13 machine, coming around on his final lap of qualifying, crossing the start finish line. Gilchrist into 5th place. Mark the Boss Vega, another championship contender, rolling out for his qualifying effort. This is his final lap of 2. So Mark Vega right now in 17th. We'll see if he can bump that up just a little bit as he makes his way off of turn number 4. And the 18 gonna settle for 9th place for the moment. So Josh Milam of our championship contenders that have qualified, bringing himself into 17th. 2 of our contenders who are here have not qualified yet. That is Ernie Williams and Rick Seabrands. Dan Harrington in the 82. One of the only cars out on the track right now. The 82 machine crossing the start finish line for his final lap, and Dan Harrington gonna move into 7th spot. So great qualifying effort for the 82. 18 cars taking a qualifying time. No one else out on the speedway right now. That's going to give us just a little bit to sit here and talk about what is going to happen here in the playoffs. 3 rounds to kick off the wildcard round. Tonight we're at iRacing Superspeedway. Next week, May 10th, we'll be at Talladega. Then May 17th, we'll be at Daytona International Speedway. That will round out our 3 races in the wildcard round. Then we move to the round of 8. 8 drivers going to make it into the second round of playoffs. That one's going to go to Legacy Daytona. Then I believe we're going to head to Talladega for our final round of 8. Just 2 races in the round of 8, and then the championship night. That is the finale, June 14th. Top 4 drivers going to battle it out to be the champion. So with all that being said, guys, we are going to step away for the national anthem here tonight. Please join me in honoring this nation.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the drivers begin taking their positions on the grid. That means it's time to go through our starting lineup for this one. On the inside of row number 1, with an excellent qualifying time of a 46.985, the 28 of Derek Conley. On his outside from Fuel Sim Racing, that is the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Row number 2, going to be Robert Duvendak in the 12 machine, and on his outside, the 24, Tyler Miller. Row number 3 going to be made up of Casey Gilchrist and Logan Helton. Row 4 going to be the 82 of Dan Harrington and the 04 of Mark Mann. Row 5 going to be the 5 machine of Bob Lacovera and the 18 of Mark Vega. Row number 6 going to be the 62 of Les Levy. On his outside, that's the 21 of Daniel Holloway. Row number 7 going to be the 95 of James Mayer and the 51 of Travis Elliott. Row number 8 going to be the 52 of Randall Cobb. On his outside, the 53 of Dave Hunt. Row 9, the 77 of David Booth and the 7 of Josh Milam. Row number 10 going to be the 4 of Rick Seabrands. On his outside, Sean Stevens in the 27 machine. Row 11, Ernie Williams in the 91 machine. On his outside, the 84 of Aspen Belvin. And our final row here tonight, Jimmy Reynolds in the 17 machine, and the 00 of Rob Connors. That is our starting lineup here tonight. Let's take a quick look at our race info. This is race 1 of the wild card round. As I said, 3 races in this round. We kick this one off with our toughest pit road entry on the schedule. Drivers are going to want to stay on the lead lap, especially if we get into a long green flag run. Being on the lead lap is going to be important. That means out of trouble getting onto pit road. Keep in mind you have teammates for a reason. Let's use them. Track position is going to be very key here at iRacing Superspeedway. And according to Logan Helton, like last week, where there was at least 2 laps of fuel, he's being a little bit braver this week. He says there's 3 laps of fuel. So here we go. Green flag is out. Derek Conley in the 28 gets a good jump as the 12 of Duvendak on his back bumper. Those 2 teammates from Empire Motorsports getting an early start here. The 28, not a championship contender, but do not think for a minute that he is not going to try and win this race. He would love nothing more than to pick up the win. His teammate right behind him, Duvendak in the 12, Dogecoin machine, pushing hard on him. The 12 is a championship contender as the 13 got into the corner a bit spicy. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 sliding up to give him plenty of room. 3 wide down the front stretch. Mark Mann on the inside. Now put Daniel Holloway to the inside. The 13 sliding back just a little bit. Here comes a big run by Tyler Miller in the 24 in that outside lane. And a big slice up by the 12 of Robert Duvendak. And they are getting spicy already here in the opening laps of this one. Tammy Helton checking in, Maxine Grimes, Mara Clark. Thank you very much, everyone, for saying hello. Thank you so much for stopping by. Right now, Logan Helton out in front as Daniel Holloway going to motor on by with a good hard shove by the 24, Tyler Miller. Holloway drops down to the inside, taking over the race lead. Holloway in the 21, leading another lap. The 63 of Logan Helton and the 04 of Mark Mann, all 3 championship contenders, and all 3 from Alliance Motorsports. Holloway moving up to the high side here and getting shuffled out a little bit as he's gone a little higher than I think he would like. Tyler Miller in the 24, surging ahead here. Holloway still falling back. Travis Elliott in the 51, making a move to the inside. Now Travis Elliott out in front. Fastest lap going to James Mayer in the 95 at a 44.53 last time around. We'll see if anyone's going to go faster this time. The 63 of Logan Helton across the line there. And we do. Sean Stevens, the tail end of this field in the 27 machine, finding himself in the 13th spot. So mid-pack, not necessarily tail end. 27 machine setting the fastest lap of the race. No bonus points given for the fastest lap, but I do like to try and keep track of that. Corners here very tricky to get into. Helton down on the inside. He's got the 51 of Travis Elliott pushing on his back bumper. Mark Mann in the 04, leading the charge in the second lane. Derek Conley, who was out in front, qualified on pole. He has dropped 21 positions, finding himself in a 22nd spot right now. As I mentioned, there was a few spicy laps. Conley not necessarily feeling like mixing it up with everyone that hard, that fast this early, has decided to drop to the tail end of the field. Single file lineup starting to form up down on the bottom. This long train being led by the 04 Mark Mann. The Batmobile being the Pied Piper for the moment. Top 3 cars are championship contenders. Dan Harrington in the 82 mixing it up with them as well. And here comes several cars peeling off for pit lane. Very tough entry. Mark Mann locks them up. I believe everyone got slowed down there. That is Alliance Motorsports all hitting pit road at the same time. Rick Seabrand's bringing it up the tail end of that group. So Travis Elliott out in front of this field once again. The 82 on his back bumper. Tyler Miller and Robert Duvendak trying to work together in the outside lane. We'll see if they're going to hit pit road. Stage 1 going to be at the completion of lap 20 here tonight. As 3 drivers pit: Randall Cobb, Bob Lacavera, and Sean Stevens. Buck Wild Racing on the pit road. 24 Tyler Miller out in front, but the 51 of Elliott still hanging tough on the bottom. Logan Helton making his way out back onto the speedway. The 21 of Holloway trying to get to his back bumper. These guys would like to stay on the lead lap here. As our leaders now pull onto pit road, several more cars making a pit stop here. Mark Vega locking them up. 4 championship contenders hitting pit road in this group. That is going to give the lead to the 82 of Dan Harrington. He is going to flash by and put Bob Lacavera a lap down. Sean Stevens already 1 lap down. Stevens, 4-tire stop for him. Randall Cobb going a lap down. Cobb making his pit stop. We go on board with our leader for this pit stop. Very violent entry onto pit road there. That's going to give the lead to the 24 of Tyler Miller. Several cars going 1 lap down here, including Casey Gilchrist, Les Levy, and Mark Vega are championship contenders. Tyler Miller has not pitted yet. He is closing in on the back bumper of the 51 of Travis Elliott, and here comes Miller and Duvendak on the pit road. The 53 of Dave Hunt going to try and stretch this tank out just a little bit further than everyone else. Pulls in behind the 51 of Travis Elliott. One of the keys to the race here tonight was staying on the lead lap even through pit stops. Few drivers have managed to do that. Mark Mann, James Mayer, Rick Seabrands, Daniel Holloway, Logan Helton, Josh Milam, all staying on the lead lap. Now we got a few more drivers who are about to get lapped. That is the 91 of Ernie Williams. It looks like the 53 of Dave Hunt going to peel off for pit road. And it's good news for everyone. They're going to end up back on the lead lap here. Sean Stevens might be in a little bit of trouble. Stevens, all by himself, a 4-tire stop for him is what has put him where he is at. James Mayer in the 95, leading all the cars that have made a pit stop. Mayer came down on lap 7, along with the rest of the drivers from Alliance Motorsports. So an early pit stop seemed to be the correct call. Fastest lap of this race going to Casey Gilchrist now, who just turned that lap at a 43.88. Dave Hunt trying to blend in with the rest of the field here. With that happening, everyone back on the lead lap. This first round of green flag pit stops done and over with. Now we're going to stretch this out to the end of stage 1. Like I said, at the completion of lap 20, James Mayer, a championship contender, would love to pick up the bonus points here that go along with the stage win. Rick Seabrams, Daniel Holloway, Mark Mann, Logan Helton, all 5 championship contenders right there. Each one of these guys wants the win, but as teammates, they don't want to take each other out. That would be very unfortunate. Sixth place, that is the 7 of Josh Milam. Milam leading the 82 and a whole bunch of other cars. The 26 of Hunter Reynolds, the 91 of Ernie Williams, the 51 of Travis Elliott, and the 13 of Casey Gilchrist. Couple of our championship contenders falling back after our round of green flag pit stops. One of those being the 62 of Les Levy. Robert Duvendak even further behind as Doobie in the 12 machine battling with the 18 of Mark Mann, fellow championship contender. Or sorry, Mark Vega. Vega gonna tuck in behind him in the 18 machine. Oh, and Mark Vega gets a little bit loose. And a championship contender is going to go for a trip through the infield. We stay green. Single car incident here. Meanwhile, at the front, the rest of the field has caught up to our 5 cars. And Josh Milam trying to throw a block on the 95, just can't get there in time. Dan Harrington going way up to the high side. We are battling 3 wide for this stage win. This 3 wide battle is between 14 drivers. Aspen Belvin in the 84 at the tail end of this group. He is right there within striking distance. Alliance Motorsports staying right down on the bottom, but Logan Helton getting to the front of that group. Hunter Reynolds, though, using the middle lane to his advantage. He is now out in front of the 7 of Josh Milam, and we're getting down to the final few laps here in stage 1. Mark Vega, after his spin, has rejoined the race, and that car operating at full speed. Is not in the draft pack, so he's about 10 to 15 miles an hour slower than the rest of the field. Oh, trouble on the front stretch. Hunter Reynolds going around, Josh Milam around, Tyler Miller, big time trouble. Travis Elliott going to get through. The yellow flag is going to come out. Let's take a look and see what happened here. Big junk on the front straightaway. Looked like a bad bump by the 26 and the 91. Tyler Miller in the 24 going up and over, landing back all four tires on the ground. Les Levy coming in late there. He was trying to pull down to the inside. Not able to get through that like he would like. On board with the 04 Mark Mann. So Mark Mann hard on the brakes so that he does not take any damage, and smart move there. Gives up a little bit of track position to have that car not get torn up. So caution flag coming out. I believe this is going to give the win for stage 1 to Travis Elliott. And Travis Elliott officially declared the stage 1 winner by race control. You're going to peel off for pit lane. Logan Helton going to try and take advantage and sneak to the outside here. So Helton going side by side down on pit lane. Elliott into his stall. Logan Helton going to head for his. Fuel and tires for all of our drivers here. Looks like 4 tires on call for everybody. And the race off of pit road looks like it's going to go to Logan Helton in the 63. But your stage 1 winner is the 51 of Travis Elliott out of Vapid Yeet Racing. Let's see if we can't get a word in with the driver of the 51. Travis, you got your ears on, bud?
Yeah, KR, how you doing tonight?
Not too bad. Picked up the stage win here at the Dr. Thunder 250. Congratulations, early strike here in the championship battle.
Yeah, that feels good. You know, a lot of hard racing, a lot of guys going at it, and I think the driving right now is telling that everybody's, you know, this is the time to where we actually have to race hard every lap and try to do what we can to put us in a good spot. And thankfully I went with my brain and decided to make that move on Josh on the coming out of turn 2, going through the back, and you know, got me a stage win. So that's 10 points for me, and you know, pretty happy about that.
Well, man, a solid run shaping up here at the iRacing Superspeedway. Coming to the end of this one, we saw our first caution. What's it like out there so far?
The cars are pretty stubborn when it comes to the turns. They don't like to really get in the turns. If you're just going a little too fast, it'll just wash up the track. And car hasn't felt too loose. I haven't felt anything too bad, but Just the runs that you're getting, and it's iRacing Superspeedway. It's a big 3-mile Dover essentially, so just gotta stay out of trouble. Luckily, me and my teammates avoided that big wreck. That took out a lot of good cars, so that's gonna be the goal for stage 2 again.
All right, Travis. Well, before we let you go, any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Y'all at turn 3 has a special place in my heart. My teammates, Aspen and Casey, Sean McCare, who's not here tonight to race, Alex Green, our owners, our interim owners, Cody in the booth, and everybody watching on YouTube.
All right, there you go. Travis Elliott, your stage 1 winner driver for Vapid Yeet Racing. All right, you're only as good as your last stage. Can he back it up? Can he sweep? You pick up 2 stage wins and a victory. We're going to find out who it's going to be. Stage 2 coming to an end at the completion of lap 40. Lights are out on the safety vehicle. We're going to get ready to fire them off one more time. Pace car, left-hand turn down and out of the way. Logan Helton on the front row with Travis Elliott right to his outside. A 63 with an outstanding job on pit road, winning that race off of pit lane and taking full advantage of it in his throwback paint scheme. The green flag comes out. Everyone trying to get up to speed. 235 to 40, 235, 240 miles an hour. Number so high I had to take my shoes off just to say them. Travis Elliott gets a good run off of turn number 2 and down the backstretch. Started 24 cars, all 24 cars still in this race and on the lead lap, but Rob Connors in the 00 falling back a little bit here. So too is Logan Helton in the 63. In less than a lap, he goes from inside pole to 4th car in the inside lane. David Booth now in the 77 machine, battling side by side with the 51 of Travis Elliott. Elliott getting a good run up off the corner. Aspen Bellman, his teammate, pushing on his back bumper, and here comes Derek Conley in the 28 right up the middle. Look who he's bringing with him. Logan Helton in the 63. So Conley in the 28, now your race leader, qualified on pole, dropped all the way back to 22nd spot, worked his way forward here. Most of our drivers took 4 tires. Quite a few drivers spent some time on pit road hammering out some damage on their race cars, as Logan Helton to the inside trying to take over the top spot, has the advantage for the moment. Travis Elliott looking to have the momentum coming off the corner though. Quite a few of our drivers hammering out some damage on pit road. Two fast repairs are available here at the iRacing Superspeedway. That's still something you want to hold on to as long as you possibly can. Two drivers who have fallen off the pace here, or off the lead group just a little bit. 62 of Les Levy and the 00 of Rob Connors. They're not too far behind the 4 of Rick Seabrands. They just might be able to catch them, but this group does have itself strung out just a little bit here. Jimmy in the 17 machine trying to close in on the 95 of James Mayer. Casey Gilchrist in the 13 looking for his first win of the season. Only rookie in the championship battle. How cool would it be for the 13 to pick up his first win of the season here in the opening race of the wild card round? Punch his ticket into the round of 8 and take himself deep into this playoff. So according to Logan Helton, there is at least 3 laps of fuel. Our drivers have gone on and done 8 laps. Not sure when the next time they will come down pit road, but for stage 1, we saw Alliance Motorsports be the first ones on the pit lane. They hit pit lane 7 laps into the race. Now here for stage 2, gotta wonder if they're gonna try and stretch this out. Jimmy Reynolds in the 17 has had to make a pit stop along with Josh Milam. Ernie Williams and Hunter Reynolds, they all go a lap down here. So the first round of green flag pit stops underway by FSR drivers, and here comes Casey Gilchrist in the 13. Vapid Yeet Racing hitting pit lane. So from the lead to the pit box. That will give the lead to the 63 of Logan Helton. So with FSR going 1 lap down here on this green flag pit stop cycle that they have started, they want to see this thing run its course without a caution flag coming out. Caution come out will trap a few of them 1 lap down, and Josh Milam trying to work his way forward. Dan Harrington, Randall Cobb, Mark Vega, Les Levy, and Rob Connors all on the pit road here as well. The green flag pit stops well and truly underway here. Three cars in the top lane are all battling to get back on the lead lap. Logan Helton in the 63, your race leader. Helton closing in on the 13 of Casey Gilchrist. Les Levy in the 62, going a lap down along with Mark Vega and Rob Connors. Randall Cobb and Dan Harrington now 1 lap down. So this is a changing situation. One of the keys, I really feel like you need to be on the lead lap at all times this race. It's Tyler Miller, Derek Conley all hitting pit road. Empire Motorsports trying to hit pit lane. Alliance Motorsports as well. In James Mayer, Mark Mann, and Daniel Holloway. Rick Seabrand's going to stay out with Logan Helton. Your stage 1 winner, Travis Elliott, Casey Gilchrist, and Aspen Belvin all fighting desperately to get back on the lead lap or stay on the lead lap. And here comes Logan Helton, the 63, peeling off for pit road. He's going to bring David Booth and Sean Stevens That will be Rick Seabrans and Robert Duvendak running 1 and 2, and they're really the final 2 cars who have not pitted. So the 4 and the 12 running right there. Final 2 cars to complete this pit stop cycle. Conley in the 28, last car on the lead lap. Now make it the first car 1 lap down. Seabrands and Duvendak continue to stay out. Now the 4 gets to the back bumper of the 21. Daniel Holloway, last car on the lead lap. Makes you wonder if the 4 of Seabrands trying to hang back at the start of this stage and save some fuel. Now he's hooked up with his teammate, pulling him along. Do you think he's got enough in the tank to make it to the end of this stage? We're going to find out here as this one is winding down very quickly. And the 4 are going to peel off with the 12. They did not have enough fuel in the tank and bit wiggly on the brakes there, but Rick Seabrands reins it back in and hits pit road speed limit. The 51 of Travis Elliott leads all the drivers who have made a pit stop. Aspen Belvin, his teammate, pushing on his bumper. Belvin in the 84, OP Racing inaugural champion. Did not make it as one of our playoff contenders, but his teammate Travis Elliott did. Rick Seabrands, Robert Duvendak trying to get up to speed here. They're down on the apron looking for the backstretch so that they can blend up onto the speedway. Big contact with Logan Helton and Bob Lacavera. Caution flag coming out. Jimmy Reynolds gonna get involved. And that, I believe, is Logan Helton making a move and not seeing the 5 there until it was too late. Dan Harrington, Jimmy Reynolds going for a spin. All right, let's see if we can figure out what happened to Logan here. Try this one more time. Logan makes a move down the inside. The 5 of Bob Lacavera right there. Several cars making their way onto pit lane this time. So the battle on pit road resumes once again. And guys aren't going to believe this. Travis Elliott picked up stage 2 win. So Travis Elliott going 2 for 2 here tonight. He makes his way off of pit road. Let's get a talk in with the driver of the 51, our stage 2 winner as well as stage 1, Travis Elliott. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, I was hitting the wrong push to talk button.
Well, the 51 is going to go back to back on stages here with a solid effort. Both of them ending under caution, and the 51 right place, right time both times.
Yeah, that was just pure luck, honestly. Just made the right moves at the right times when I needed to, and yeah, I guess iRacing's gonna be kind of nice to me right now, so I'm expecting a swift follow through, and I'll probably use my fast repair and be out of the race in the next 20 laps, if that's how it's gonna go. But I mean, I can't complain with 2 stage wins. I have currently doubled both my stage wins of the regular season already in one race, so definitely happy about that. And I mean, I would just like to finish this race in a top 10, top 5. That'd be a pretty nice send off to iRacing Superspeedway for the first round of the playoffs.
Well, Travis, the 51 getting ready to line up for the restart here, and you mentioned you had 1 fast repair. Do we have 2 fast repairs available here tonight?
Yeah. Sorry, I completely forgot that we have 2 fast repairs. So that makes it a little bit better, a little bit more ease in my heart.
Wanted to make sure you hadn't used one in a situation I was unaware of. So congratulations, man, on 2 stage wins going back to back here in the opening round of the playoffs.
Yeah, thank you, man. I hope we can keep this up.
Final shout outs you'd like to give here for this stage win?
I want to thank you, KR. You've been with us from the beginning, and I can't really imagine anybody else really broadcasting OP.
Well, you're welcome.
Yeah, thanks, man.
All right, Travis Elliott from Vapid Yeet Racing, making himself known here to the playoff contenders. 2 stage wins in a row after not winning at all any of the stages during the regular season. On the inside of row number 1 for this restart, that is the 12 machine of Robert Duvendak. Row 2 for this restart going to be the 7 of Josh Milam and the 84 of Aspen Belvin. Teammates lining up together in the outside lane with Casey Gilchrist on the outside, making it 3 Vapid Yeet drivers. Green flag coming out. Duvendak on the throttle. Travis Elliott getting up to speed a little bit quicker. Josh Milam trying to get to the back bumper of the 12 and give him a little shot. Everyone shifting their gears and getting through that gearbox cleanly, quickly, and efficiently is very important. Do want to point out Mark Mann in the 04 took the wave around. He is back on the lead lap. Only 1 car not on the lead lap right now, and that is Bob Lacavera in the 5. Bob has gone several laps down. He's the only car not on the lead lap. 24 cars started this race. Now we got 23 on the lead lap. It seems like all 23 trying to jam up here at the front. Josh Milam in the 7, still tucked in tight behind the 12. Travis Elliott in the 51, trying to stay tight to the outside door. He's going to get a shot from the 84 down the backstretch. So we're done with our stage wins. We've entered the final stage of the race. So this one is now just A sprint to the end. Jimmy Reynolds at the back of the field here, the 17 machine, trying to stay tucked in with the 04 of Mark Mann. Mark Mann has his teammate Rick Sebrands just ahead of him. 04 finding himself in 22nd spot. Fastest lap of the race. Going to Logan Helton with a 43.79. Just turning that last time around. So business is picking up just a little bit here as we continue to ride on board with the 04 Mark Mann. Let's take a peek at the front of the field here as we look at the 7 of Josh Milam going into the corner with our gyro cam. Quite a bit of banking here, this iRacing Superspeedway, and Travis Elliott said it best. It's a 3-mile Bristol, or sorry, 3-mile Dover. Long straightaways, high bank corners. Cars really plant themselves into these corners. With all the downforce and G-forces and everything with the high banking, you can hear it really bog the engine down, all the extra weight being thrown on the tires there. Vapid Yeet Racing running in front of this field here in both the low lane and the middle lane as we're starting to develop a third lane with Hunter Reynolds trying to lead that group in our third lane. Reynolds not making any moves just yet to the front, but he is closing in ever so slightly. Tyler Miller in the 24 staying tucked in behind Hunter Reynolds in the 26. David Booth in the 77 behind Rob Connors in the 00. The 5 machine of Bob Lacavera. The only car not on the lead lap is he is still in this group. Good spot to be for the 5 machine. Hopefully he can get back on the lead lap. He will need the help of at least 3 cautions to do so. 5 going way up to the high side after being down on the bottom. Your race leader is the 51 of Travis Elliott, but for how much longer, I don't know, because the 26 is coming with a full head of steam in that outside lane. Hunter Reynolds with Tyler Miller and Ernie Williams all working that third lane. Down the backstretch, 3 wide. Now the 26 slides down in front of the 84. The 84 slides down in front of the 51. And we go from 3 wide to 2 wide, just like that. And on the pit road comes the 53 of Dave Hunt and the 04 Mark Mann. So Travis Elliott and Aspen Belvin trying to run side by side here as teammates. Hunter Reynolds on his outside lane. Ernie Williams still with the 26. And Dave Hunt, an extended stay on pit road. That is going to be a tough break for him. Mark Mann in the 04 as well has lost his pit buddy, if you will. Mark Mann going to try and blend up here, and we'll see where he can blend in with this pack. They're going to flash by, going a whole heck of a lot faster than the 04. So Mann now the first car one lap down, and I want to give a shout out to Checkered Flag Motorsports checking in on YouTube chat. Checkered Flag Motorsports wants to give a shout out to the 00 of Rob Connors. Rob right now finding himself in 12th spot. Having a quiet but solid race so far this night. So the 00 looking very good. Trying to stay tucked in behind the 24 Tyler Miller. Gonna head for pit lane this time. Bob Lacavera in trouble on the pit road. Smacks the inside wall. And the problems continue for the 5 machine. Hunter Reynolds out in front though. I believe the 53 of Dave Hunt was handed a speeding penalty. That was why he had an extended stay on pit road. Rob Connors, Mark Vega on pit lane. Here comes Aspen Belvin, Travis Elliott, Casey Gilchrist, Les Levy, Dan Harrington, David Booth. So green flag pit stops underway once again, and another car in trouble. That looked like the 77 of David Booth into the wall. So let's see if we can figure out what happened to David Booth that put him into the wall. 77 down on the pit road. Locking the brakes up and just making contact there. Slight contact with the wall, nothing too horrible, but not ideal here at iRacing Superspeedway. And here come several more drivers on the pit lane. Brakes still being locked up. Ernie Williams missing his pit box. Derek Conley into his. Aspen Belvin, Casey Gilchrist, Travis Elliott, all making pit stops. One lap ago, and they're trying to get formed up and hopefully have the momentum to squeeze on by the rest of the field. And the 13, the 51, going to shoot out past the 84. Logan Helton, though, your race leader in the 63 as he's trying to accelerate and get up to speed. He has Josh Milam on his back bumper. Logan Helton, very quick entry and exit on pit lane. Josh Milam in the 7 getting to his back bumper and give him a nice little shot here. These two cars going to try and outrun the rest of the pack. And Casey Gilchrist, Travis Elliott, and Aspen Belvin. Those 3 cars, one of the first 3 to hit pit road. Gonna try and close in on him. Ernie Williams in the 91. He's going to go one lap down, a very long time on pit road for the 91. I believe that one's going to come down as a speeding penalty as well for Williams. As the 13, the 51, and the 84 try to close in on the 63 and the 7. We're going to gather this field back up here in just a few moments and start going at it once again. So this round of green flag pit stops done and over with. Trying to do the math in my head here and figure out how many more laps we can get on fuel. Les Levy turning the fastest lap of the race, so business starting to pick up out there. 43.58 by the 62 as Logan Helton's going to go for a spin. The yellow flag going to come out. Big trouble at the front of the pack down the backstretch. Several cars involved in this one, including the 63 of Logan Helton. See if we can figure out what happened. The 63 getting a bad bump from the 7. Travis Elliott in the 51 going out of control as well. So caution flag coming out shortly after we complete a round of green flag pit stops. As the pace car goes to pick up the field. We settle in for our third caution of the night. We've had two cautions, both coming towards the end of each stage. And now we have our first standalone caution, if you will. So 3 cautions on the night. Everyone going to hit pit lane. No one can make it from here, but that doesn't mean that you don't want to come down pit road and get the fuel you can. You never know what's going to happen next. Just gotta stop, get topped off. Everyone took 2 tires last time. We were under green. We'll see if anyone takes tires or just fuel only. Right side tires going on quite a few of our race cars. Tuvendak, 2-tire stop. Randall Cobb, 2-tire stop. Derek Conley going to take 4 tires. Dan Harrington, Casey Gilchrist taking 4 tires as well. Sean Stevens in the 27. Scored as your race leader. I believe he hit pit lane just the lap before. So with the lights on, field making its pit stops and everyone getting bunched back up, we'll see if that 27 going to come down pit road here. And he does make that left-hand turn. That will give the lead to the 12 of Robert Duvendak. Few cars coming down pit lane to top off. One of those being the 51 of Travis Elliott. Elliott winning stage 1 and 2 here tonight. Now getting caught up in this incident that has brought out the caution. He's there to work on his car, top off his tank, do whatever he needs to do. But Duvendak and Randall Cobb on the front row for this restart. Tyler Miller, Casey Gilchrist, row number 2. Then row 3 is Dan Harrington and the 28 of Derek Conley. We make our way down the back stretch. Duvendak been having a good night. Been running at the front, qualified well. That Dogecoin trying to go to the moon here. Maybe that Dogecoin will go to the moon in victory lane here tonight. You never know just how that's going to play out. Randall Cobb on the outside from Buck Wild Racing. Been a hot minute, so let's do it. Buck Wild for sure. We get ready to go. Green flag racing with 25 laps to go. Keep in mind we will use 2 attempts at a green-white checkered if we need it. But the Bucks have gone wild. So too has the crowd as the green flag back out. Randall Cobb leading the charge in the outside lane. Way up top is Tyler Miller. I'm sorry, that's Derek Conley. Miller, second car inside lane, and Mark Vega in the 18 making a move to try and tuck in behind the 13 of Casey Gilchrist. 2 cars not on the lead lap. The 53 of Dave Hunt, first car 1 lap down. Bob Lacavera 3 laps down. And we got 1 peeling off for pit road. That is Derek Conley. Not sure what is wrong with the 28, but he is on pit lane. So an unscheduled stop for the 28. We'll see what that call is for. We can get word from race control. We sometimes get it, sometimes don't. Well, you'll know as soon as I do. The 52 of Cobb, though, out in front. Across the start-finish line we go. Once again, sailing it off into turn number 1, and these cars very aggressive speeds going into turn 1. And when you're watching it down the straightaway and you just see them sail off into the corner, it is what I could only describe as a very dramatic turn into the corner. You just are watching them go straight, and then all of a sudden they are turning and turning very quickly. Conley about to be swallowed up by this pack. As we got 22 laps to go. Everyone going to have to make 1 more pit stop from here. Tyler Miller in the 24, squeezing by the 28 at Conley. Miller has the lead for the moment, but the 52 charging right up to the inside. Take a peek at the back of the pack just a little bit here. Travis Elliott, Rob Connors. Derek Conley has blended in with this group right here. Bob Lacavera here as well, 84 of Aspen Bellman. Then Josh Milam in the 7, rolling around with the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds. Reynolds now the last car on the lead lap in 21st spot, and he is at the tail of this group. 17 is able to draft up to the back bumper of the 7. I believe both drivers are just hanging back, just being at a good safe distance here, trying to avoid any issues should one arise. Meanwhile, we got 3 wide racing. Travis Elliott working the outside with Derek Conley and Aspen Belvin. Tyler Miller in the 24 leading what is now the middle lane. And Randall Cobb still down on the bottom in the 52 for Buck Wild Racing. So a 13 championship contenders all going at it. A win gets you into the next round. A non-chase driver wins. Then you're just going to have to score as many points as you can and help yourself by getting all those points. Travis Elliott doing a good job, picked up 2 stages here tonight to kick this thing off. Now Tyler Miller is out in front. Duvendak tucked in behind him, and both cars in front of the 52 of Randall Cobb. Elliott still trying to work that high side and make something happen, but has not been able to make a charge to the front, but does tuck in behind the 63 of Logan Helton. Logan defending that middle section there. So the 24 of Tyler Miller, a rookie here on the Monday Night Premier Series, scoring the most poles so far this season. Tyler Miller having 4 poles on the season. Logan Helton with 3 poles. Everyone else down to 1. But, oh, we got trouble. The 12 hard into the wall. Duvendak smacking the wall, and trouble ensues around him. Derek Conley involved, Aspen Belvin involved. Yellow flag coming out as Duvendak smacked into the wall. David Booth got a little bit of it as well. Ernie Williams going around. Jimmy Reynolds in the 17. Let's see where things went wrong for the 91 and the 17. 91 trying to check up. 17 couldn't do it as fast, and hard impact for the 17 and 91. So yellow flag coming out with 16 laps to go. And the chase contender caught up in this one. coming down pit road. Everyone going to be able to make it. I want to say be able to make it the regular scheduled distance from here. Not sure you could go a green, white, checkered, or even a second green, white, checkered attempt. We're going to find out how this is all going to work out. Everyone on the pit road for what could be the final time. The 53 of Dave Hunt receiving the free pass. He is going to get back on the lead lap. Dan Harrington in the 82, missing his pit box. He rolls on through pit lane. First one off. Logan Helton having a hard time getting into his pit stall. That's going to cost him big here. Randall Cobb winning the race off of pit road, a 2-tire stop. Everyone else taking a 4 tires. Randall Cobb out in front. Dan Harrington did drive through his pit lane, pit stall, however you want to say it. I expect to see him back on the pit road when the field comes by. The Buck Wild Racing, once again, just the fact that the Bucks have gone wild at Buck Wild Racing makes it so much cooler. Checkered Flag Motorsports checking in and saying that they should be able to only make one green, white, checkered from here. That's kind of what I was thinking. A lot of them all coming down pit road. A few drivers are going to stay out. Derek Conley and Bob Lacavera going to take advantage of the fact that everyone pitted. But they won't be given the wave around. Now I wonder if race control will give them a wave around here. You'd like to see them be given a wave around because they're going to restart in front of the leaders. Everybody came down pit road. Everyone would have to serve a penalty, but the wave around time has come and went. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm not race control. I don't know how that's going to play out, but Bob Lacavera and Derek Conley trying to get back as many laps as they can. This has got Conley on the lead lap. He will be the last car on the lead lap. 23rd and 24th going to restart in front of this field. And nobody is in a hurry to get lined up. Everyone trying to stretch their fuel. So here we go. Pace car down and away. Bob Lacavera and Derek Conley gonna bring this field to the green flag. 23rd and 24th spot. Checkup at the back of the field. Brakes being locked up and away we go. Conley having no help on that outside lane, slides down to the inside, and with everyone having to serve a penalty, they all lined up on the inside lane. The penalty being going to the tail end of the longest line, and that happened to be the inside. So a bit of a wild start here, but Randall Cobb is your race leader in the 52. He's going to make his way by the 5 and the 28. Logan Helton in the 63, right there as well. And Logan stays on the high side. Conley stays tucked in behind the 52. So a little bit of drama to mix things up here at the end of this one with 12 laps to go. A few quick math calculations would tell you that drivers got enough fuel to get through the rest of this race. According to Checkered Flag Motorsports, they can get through one green-white checkered attempt as well. Derek Conley, big time block on the 4 Rick Sebrands, going all the way up to the top. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 trying to work the third lane, slicing down to the bottom is the 04 Mark Mann. And Mark Mann takes the race lead. Oh, Tyler Miller gonna go around. Caution flag coming out. Big junk on the backstretch. Tyler Miller in the 24 going for a spin. Catching out Hunter Reynolds as well. We'll take another look at this one. So yellow flag coming back out. 10 laps to go this time. I believe the free pass will go to the 28 of Derek Conley, who is not involved in that incident, but if you bump draft, if you get bump draft and the caution comes out and you are the car scored as the free pass car, you will not receive that free pass, even if it is a 0X. So until he accelerates past the pace car, I got no idea, but everyone comes down pit road, everyone going to have enough fuel for sure to get to the end of this thing, no matter if we do 2 green or white checkered attempts or not. The 04 Mark Mann stays out. The 4 of Rick Sebrands, the first one to come down pit road. He's not going to take any chances on the pit lane. Tyler Miller caught up in that one. A little bit of damage on the 24s. He'll come down. If he's got a fast repair, I expect he will use it there. So 8 cars stay out. Everyone else making their way around, and the 28 of Derek Conley did not get the free pass. So things just not going well for the 28, and that is an unfortunate thing about iRacing and how they score the free pass, especially at a super speedway. A little bit of a bump draft, and the caution comes out, and you are still trapped 1 lap down. So Mark Mann in the 04, Logan Helton in the 63, 2 championship contenders going to restart on the front row. Then it'll be the 52 and the 7 of Josh Milam from row 2. So lights should go out on the pace car this time by, and it does. We're gonna get ready to go racing once again. So Mark Mann, Logan Helton, row 1 for this restart. Row 2 going to be Randall Cobb, Josh Milam. And then row 3, the driver from the Ricky Bobby Foundation in the Bust a Nut 62. Another championship contender. That is Les Levian on his outside. That's Mark the Boss Vega. So championship contenders starting to work their way forward here. Randall Cobb, the only driver in the top 7 that is not championship contender. So we have stacked them up side by side, 2 by 2, door to door, nose to tail. Seven laps to go when the green flag drops, and it is going to be a wild 7 laps. Pace car down and away, and green flag is out. Here we go. Mark Mann on the inside with Logan Helton to his outside. Both drivers drag racing into turn number 1. Inside lane taking the early advantage here through the corner, but Logan Helton going to have some speed down the backstretch. Randall Cobb sliding up in front of the 63. That move going to become very common here. Is big shot by the 62 into the 04. Mark Mann holding on to it, and that wiggle is enough to put the 52 down in front of the 04. So Randall Cobb out in front of this one. Now Mark Mann sliding up. Hunter Reynolds, torn up 26 machine. Your regular season champion driving around with the 95 of James Mayers. We got one car smoking. Caution flags coming out. Big time trouble here. This one, the 4 of Rick Seabrands, the 04 of Mark Mann. See if we can figure out what happened. We'll get this found out. Give me just a minute here. Trouble already shaping up by the time we get backed up to it. Just a big log jam there. A lot of cars getting together and bumping and grinding. So tough break for the 04 Mark Mann, getting involved in this one late from the front of the field. Randall Cobb, your race leader, and this one I don't believe is going to go into overtime. but it would be, I think this is going to be a green-white checkered attempt. Not an overtime attempt. This might be overtime. Yeah, nah, I don't know. Hold on now. Yeah, we're going into overtime. All right, so here we go. First attempt. 52 of Randall Cobb, the 7 of Josh Milam. And guess who just got his lap back? The 28 of Derek Conley, back on the lead lap. And he's going to make his way around this iRacing Superspeedway and rejoin the field at the tail end, but back on the lead lap. So with the action being slowed down here just a little bit, everyone going to get a chance to catch their breath, gather themselves back in, and focus on the correct moves to make, and having a plan and being able to execute it, and things going the way you want. That's quite a bit to ask for here on a super speedway. For the most part, maybe that's why I'm not very good at them. I just go out there and wing it. I don't have a plan because every time I form a plan, something happens. Someone crashes, someone cuts me off, I cut somebody off, or crash, or, you know, the crash, and I tend to crash. So there's no point in having a plan when the end result is I crash. But some of these guys, they're calculating, they're smart, they'll have a plan. So the lights do go out. With 3 laps to go in our regular scheduled program. Maybe it is just going to be a plain old green-white checkered without an overtime attempt. What a way to kick off round number 1 of the wildcard round. iRacing Superspeedway, the final time will be here this season. Randall Cobb mixing it up along with Rob Connors amongst all of our championship contenders. Both those drivers would love to score a win here. They'd love to score the wins the rest of this season. Here we go. Pace car out of the way. Only one driver can stand in victory lane here tonight. And we're about to find out who it is as the green flag comes out. The 52 and the 7. Get a pretty even start there. Both drivers going to sail off into turn 1 side by side. Travis Elliott in the 51, your stage 1 and 2 winner, putting himself in position right now to try and sweep the opening round. Rob Connors in the 00 on his back bumper. Logan Helton in the 63 trying to make some big moves to make something happen, but he's deep in the field right now in 13th spot. We get the white flag. That is it. That is all she wrote. And we get the white flag. And here we go. Final lap of the race. Randall Cobb trying to hold off a very competitive Travis Elliott here tonight. He is going to have his work cut out for him. Rob Connors in the 00. Would love to finish in third if he can't get the win. But everyone going to go for the win here. Elliott still staying tucked in behind the 52, not making a move just yet. Here comes the 91 of Ernie Williams and Logan Helton. I believe that was Logan Helton going for a spin. But off a turn number 4 down the front stretch, the 52 of Randall Cobb going to get the win. Rob Connors, I believe, was second. Travis Elliott third. But Randall Cobb in the 52 picking up the win. And I'm pretty sure that my timing and scoring is getting all kinds of goofy. The Cobb in the 52. Picking up the win regardless, doing an extra lap. It's an outstanding run for the 52 machine as he continues to roll around. And let's get our post-race show kicked off here. All right. I say we do it. As the 52 makes his way back onto the front stretch. Randall Cobb, your race winner. At the start-finish line, going to start burning it down. Randall Cobb in the 52. You got your ears on, bud?
Yeah, I got you, KR.
Man, oh man, the 52 picks up the win here tonight. Congratulations on that one. A solid race for you all night long.
Yep, I appreciate it, KR. It was a uneventful, thankfully uneventful night for me. Definitely avoided a couple of disasters, potential disasters there, and kept it clean. Didn't have to use a fast repair all night, so it was a good night altogether.
Well, man, the 52 picked up the win. Had to do it with a green-white checkered there, but 9 into overtime, just a regular green-white checkered. How nervous were you on that one?
I wasn't too nervous. Honestly, I don't know why, but I really like this track, and I've always, been pretty confident here. I got to, thank Travis Elliott. He was stuck behind me there for the most part on the last couple of laps, and pulled out to try to take the win, but it worked out. He didn't have anybody that could come out to help him, so it's a really cool win for me. I've had a lot of adversity the last couple of weeks. My racing rig was having a lot of blinking issues and stuff, and had some other personal issues going on, and it's a awesome night to get a win. I appreciate it. Anytime you can get a win on a Monday night in this series against these type of drivers is pretty special.
All right, man. Well, any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give for this race win here tonight?
Yeah, man. You guys have, first and foremost, always, you guys promote the league awesome. And I'd like to thank Josh and Derek for taking over the league here. And I think they're going to do really well. And I think they're going to make some improvements. I'd like to thank my teammates at Buck Wild Racing and my family and just the whole league in general. And it's a good time.
All right, Randall, man. Once again, congratulations on the win. First one of the season for you. Nice job.
Thanks, KR.
All right, Randall Cobb from Buck Wild Racing picking up the win here tonight. Now let's move on to, well, that's going to be our second place finisher, and that is none other than Travis Elliott, who we have talked to quite a bit here tonight, finishing first in stage 1 and stage 2, and then brings it home in second place tonight. Travis, congratulations on a great opening round to the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, would have loved to get the win there, but Randall just had more help than I did coming out of turn 4 there. But I mean, that's I can't complain, especially being here. We got caught up in that one of those later racer wrecks, and thankfully I had at least one fast repair to fix my car, and just overall it was a lot of hard racing, great night, and had a lot of fun.
Well, bonus points being what they are, you picked up the first 2 stages and finishing second here, so a solid effort despite not picking up the win. But man, I'll tell you, 2 more races to go here in this wild card round. Nothing set in stone just yet.
Oh yeah, no, I'm already thinking about next week, and what I need to do to facilitate myself, and not only to have my teammate Casey, have a good race too. We're still teammates out there, but if I can still beat him, I'll still try to beat him if I can. But yeah, a lot of good cars got taken out in this race. A lot of people got a lot of damage. Not a lot of people finished very well because both of those stage cautions happened at the front, and a lot of good race cars got junked there. So a little bit of fortune on my end. Hopefully I can keep that luck going next week at Old Talladega.
All right, man. Well, any shout outs, thank yous you'd like to give here tonight?
Yeah, just shout outs to my team, Vapid Eat Racing, Aspen Belvin, Casey Gilchrist, Sean McCara, Alex Green, and for a brief time, old Chase Berry. That's why me and Aspen were doing a backwards lap for him. Want to thank you guys at turn 3. Love going back and watching the broadcast and just watching all these dudes just duke it out every lap for 84 laps or wherever, however many laps we're running, and all of our league admins and league owners, they put in a whole lot of work, and we want to see OP succeed. And I think races like this, where we have a lot of hard racing, shows the ability of OP, and something we can bring each and every week. And lastly, Cody Eldred, our thankless race control for all he does, and for the crap that we put him through each week. So that's about it.
All right, man. Nice job once again, and congratulations on a solid race here tonight.
Yeah, thanks, Care.
That is Travis Elliott finishing in second place here tonight. And scrolling through my channels here, I do not see Rob Connors, the 00. Would have loved to get to talk to our third place finisher, but I'm not seeing him. We'll go ahead and throw this up. And Rob Connors doing an outstanding job here tonight, finishing in third place. I'm going to check one more time, make sure I'm not the one that's missing him. I do not see him here, so we're going to move on with getting into our post-race show, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at our results for our race 17 of 22, round 1. Randall Cobb, your race winner. Travis Elliott in second. Rounding out the final step of the podium from Buck Wild Racing, that is Rob Connors. Or I'm sorry, Rob Connors is not in Buck Wild Racing. He is with who is he with? I believe he's with Checkered Flag now. Why does it say that? I don't know. It's all sorts of crazy. Les Levy with a good run, finishing in 4th. Duvendak growing round out the top 5. Ernie Williams 6th, 7th. Rick Seabrands, Josh Milam 7th. Josh Milam 8th. 9th goes to Dan Harrington. Aspen Bellman 10th. Sean Stevens 11th, 12th, Mark Mann, Daniel Holloway 13th, 14th, Jimmy Reynolds, Logan Helton 15th, 16th, James Mayer, Hunter Reynolds 17th, 18th place. Gonna go to Tyler Miller in the 24. Mark Vega 19th, 20th, Derek Conley, Casey Gilchrist 21st, 22nd, Dave Hunt, David Booth 23rd, Bob Lacavera in 24th spot. So guys, that is going to do it for us here tonight. Thank you very much for joining me. Make sure you tune in next week as we head into race number 2 in the wild card round as we try and whittle our field down from 13 drivers in the playoffs down to 8. We will see you all next week, and y'all have a good night.